Today I've signed up for an art class with a difference. I'm going to learn how to turn this into this, all in just 6 hours. Luckily I'm in good hands. Michelle Freeborn draws sea creatures for a living.
My job is to draw scientific illustrations of fishes from the Te Papa collection. I studied in the UK art and design, and then I worked for over 15 years in the film industry making monsters and costumes.
Wow, what kind of films did you work on?
My favourite ones, I think, were Saving Private Ryan and Lost in Space, and working at Jim Henson's Creature Shop.
So the movement from films to fish, how did you do that?
Well, I came to New Zealand, and in about 2002, I found out a job going at the museum doing fishes. I didn't know anything about fishes or science in that respect, so I went to More Wilson's supermarket and I got a fish and I drew it and came to the interview and got the job.
So why did Te Papa need illustrations of fish?
Well, sometimes they take photographs and they can't actually see some of the detail. So it has to be very quickly recognisable, and it's my job to bring out all those key characteristics in the drawings.
The drawings are used as a record for the museum and in scientific papers published by marine researchers. Most of Michelle's illustrations will be used in a book that identifies the array of fish species in New Zealand waters. Okay, Michelle, I'm going to test my artistic skills and try and have a go at this illustration business. Where do we start?
Okay, right, so we'll have a look at our specimen. This is a deep-sea anglerfish. It was a bycatch of a trawl off the New Zealand coast.
Oh, great. So we're drawing one of our local fish.
We are. So just very roughly, you draw in the shape of the fish. And on this, you're going to take measurements. So you get your calipers. And you're just going to take measurements like the size of the eye, which is 6.5 millimetres. And then you make a note of it on your rough drawing, how long it is. And you just go on taking more and more measurements and blocking it in so you know where all your points are. Because the more measurements you take from point to point, you can cross-reference them so you know you've got it in the right place.
Around how many measurements do you think you'd do?
Sometimes up to about 100, just because it has to be so accurate.
So where do we move to after we've got all our measurements done?
And a clean piece of paper. Now, each drawing I do to a standard size on an A3 sheet of paper. So I have to look at the total length of my fish and scale it to fit the page.
After you've plotted all your points, what's the next step after that?
Well, then I'll start to look at the fish and get some of the form in so I can see where the curves are. And as long as I hit the points that I've already plotted, I should get the correct shape. Initially, I do it in pencil in line. When that's approved, then I'll have to do it in ink. So I'll do lines, and then all the texture and colour pattern will be in dots.
And why do you use dots instead of lines?
It keeps the image very tight and crisp, so when it's reduced down for publication, all the details are really clear.
Okay, Michelle, I'm almost done. Now, what's the last thing I have to do?
You have to write the number of your drawing, the name of the specimen, and then the registration number, and then your name.
Okay. I think I might have discovered a new species.
I think you might.